Hey everyone, Erin here. Well, I have finished planting my planned containers, and that's probably good given that we're in July now. It's okay. I keep thinking that I'm behind, but you know what? I like the gardening, so I'm not really behind. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. It's a very zen approach to plants still left on the patio. Anyway, I'm really excited to show you these last few containers I did. And I actually have already planted up these containers. They're behind me here, but I am gonna walk you through what's in them. But this sort of arrangement is the first time that I have ever created a hanging basket from scratch. I used to grow hanging baskets way back when we first bought our property, like the first 2 years when we were here, before I was really into gardening, and I didn't actually realize you could make your own containers. I thought you had to buy containers pre-made, so I would buy hanging baskets and hang them on some shepherd's crooks, and they were a total pain to water, and they usually died by mid-season, and it was a not great gardening experience. So I have resisted hanging baskets for many years, but I do love this idea that's behind me, so let's just show you what's happening. So this whole plan here in this shady little corner started with the fire pit that's on the ground. Last year I was having a garden tour. I felt like this area was feeling very colorless, so I moved this fire pit, which I long ago stopped using as a fire pit and started using as a planter just by simply drilling holes in the bottom of it for drainage. I moved it over here, and last year I planted this for that garden tour, and I loved it. And I thought, well, we're just going to keep doing that. But then I thought that there was more opportunity for something really great here, and that is where these two hanging baskets come in. I bought these from Terrain, which can be expensive, but they often have 25% off sales, and that is when I buy stuff from them. And I actually bought 3 of these hanging planters. So the first one I bought was this very large one, which is the largest version of, I think it's 22 inches or something like that. And then I bought a smaller 16-inch, which is now sitting right there. Well, the 16-inch was way too small, and I knew it would dry out way too fast. So in this way, I just flipped it over and put it here, and I bought the medium size, which is this one right here, which is maybe like an 18-inch or a 20-inch, something like that. But they've all been planted the same way. I've used this, just repeating the same flowers in each of them to really make this a cohesive planting. Like this is all one in my eye. So I will walk you through now. Not every container has the exact same things, but it's basically a repetition of the plants. These baskets they're just the wire frames. So I used some sheet moss to kind of line the baskets. And this one also has a cocoa liner in it. I could not find a cocoa liner for this one, so I actually used a plastic bag in there. I actually cut apart a soil bag and stuck it in there. You can actually see it popping out right here. I need to remedy that situation. We're not going to look at white plastic. Poked holes in it for drainage, but you get the idea of what's happening here. I'm going to have to kind of patch that spot, I think, a little bit. And then filled it with soil. So far we've been doing good on the watering, but listen, it's early days, and we will see how I keep up with that. So let's start at the bottom here, where I can show you what went in this one. And like I said, we're pretty much repeating most things in all of these. So I started with a bonfire papaya begonia in the middle here. I do love those bonfire begonias. They're really pretty. And then we have a trio of carnival and dark, hang on, we have plant tags, so let's just get the names right. Okay, this is Bossa Nova Night Fever Papaya Begonia, and then this is a begonia called Dark Brit, and these two are called Carnival, and then this yellow one is called Blitz. I do love begonias. So that's our floral element in this. I added in the last of the bromeliads that I brought home from Florida. This one seemed to be getting scorched quite a bit in the sun, so I think it was actually one that was more meant for shade. Seems much happier over here in a shadier spot. So we've got the last of the bromeliads from Florida here. These are the ones I carried home in my suitcase. And then we have, a couple of, I'll talk about the accents first. This is Tradescantia pistachio. I grew this last year and I overwintered this inside, and I've got a bunch of them set in here. Some are the mother plant from last year and some of these are cuttings. Really pretty plant. Was not difficult to find at all this year, so I wouldn't have needed to overwinter it because it seemed to be everywhere this year. And then This hanging succulent is a Tradescantia, apparently. I'd never seen it before. I found it at the garden center. You'll see one up here in this hanging basket, which is a little bit easier to see perhaps. Just really loved it. It's almost a succulent type texture on it. Then we have a bunch of ferns. First there's a brake fern, which is this really sad thing popping out here. And it's down there. That I had last year and I overwintered that inside, and it's really in rough shape. But brake ferns are super tough. It's already starting to regrow, so I think that will fill in, and that should get quite tall and grow through this sort of globy cage at the top. And then I ordered some ferns from a new to me source called Seabright Gardens in Oregon. Lovely little small specialist nursery. I love ordering from those places. It took quite a while for my order to come, but the plants were beautiful and packaged amazingly. And I love supporting these small little specialist nurseries because they are doing amazing things and providing plants that no one else is. So this is a crested tongue fern. This is some sort of bird's nest fern that I cannot remember the name of. And this is a Himalayan maidenhair fern. Also, I have party streamers, hosta in here. I bought it as a very small plant. I stuck it in here. These are anything hardy. All those ferns except for the brake fern that I just mentioned are hardy. So those will get planted out into the garden, and hopefully this hosta has a chance to bulk up a little before it's set out to make it in its own way in my garden. So that is the fire pit portion. And again, we're repeating most of the same plants in the hanging baskets. This begonia, which is in this hanging basket and the other one, it was sent as a sample. This is from Doom and Orange, and it's Iconia Portofino Dark Orange, which I believe is a new color in that series. I love those dark leaves on there, so pretty. Same bird's nest fern here. I did stick in a couple of Carnival cinnamon heuchera plugs that I had because we needed a little something in there. Here's that crested fern again. Here's the yellow begonia in here. And then there was a brake fern in the center of this one as well. And then this is actually autumn fuchsia, which I think is mostly grown as just for its foliage, which should be really pretty if it starts draping. It does flower too, but it's more for the foliage. And then this one has, and then of course there's the Tradescantia in there too. So this one actually got two of these carnival begonias in here. It's much bigger. The pistachio, that fern, the yellow begonia. Here's that tongue fern, Himalayan fir. Here's the Tradescantia. And then the other thing that this one is in here is this blue shag. I think it's called blue shag fern or just blue fern. This was another plant that I brought home from Florida in my suitcase. So this is where that landed. And that Tradescantia actually had an ivy that had rooted in it. And so I just left it in there. I mean, heck, I don't mind. It's never going to hit the ground, so I don't have to worry about it rooting anywhere. And I figured, well, why not? Because another little texture in there. So the whole idea of this is some color in a shady spot. We can also see this from over there. That's our living room window. So we can see the corner of this from there. And this is one of those moments that you will come around a corner and you will see, and I love that in the garden. Little moments where you turn a corner and there's something there to catch your eye or surprise you in some way. So this is a bit of a test for me as a gardener to see if I can keep up on watering these and keep them happy. It has been raining quite a lot, and they do seem to be holding water really well. So far, so good on that. And then to see if this is maintenance, if this is worth the maintenance, because this is an extra step in my way. These containers are obviously farther away from other ones, but it's another little experiment in the garden. So the rest of this video is just me doing a few jobs around the garden. They weren't really worth their own video, but they're interesting little things. And so I thought I'd set up a camera and just show you a couple little maintenance items that I've been up to lately. So enjoy. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's go do some jobs in the garden.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Walk up the river by my son. Feet step over splinters of the moon.